What's up, Extra Butter listeners? On today's episode, we're rocking number 2, episode 2, that is, of the Sandman series, Adam Sandler, in honor of the release of Happy Gilmore 2, which will be coming to you on July 25th. So excited to do that. I'm sure we're going to have quite the little snapshot of that movie. Hopefully you guys see it. We'll be releasing on Netflix. A lot of time they've spent on this movie. Didn't want to release it, as we said last week, without being perfect. So Happy Gilmore 2. Honoring the Sandman, Adam Sandler's episode 2. We are moving into a unique twist on Sandler movies, which is murder mystery. The elite duo of Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler in a 2019 comedy mystery shocker. We also talk about How to Train Your Dragon preview. The new live action movie came out in theaters now. Go see it if you haven't already. Based on the plot of the animated version that came out, I believe, about 2011, 2013. We'll fact check that probably on the pod as you listen to us here. Also, some of the boys went on the road, whether they're on the road now or they went on the road last week. Talk a little bit about some travel. We've got some gears to grind for you as always. And as newly presented last week, we have some more Oscar awards to hand out from the week that we just had. Guys, find every episode on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok if you want to watch old videos because we don't post anymore. Got to figure that one out. And also on X, the Everything app. Everything happens on X, guys. Episodes drop every Friday, 12 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. 3 of us out in Denver. We love you. We appreciate you. We want more feedback. Can't wait for today's episode. The Sandman coming at you round 2. Critter, roll the tape.
Extra butter on the corn for me. Extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.
This is episode 14, and ladies and gentlemen, I saw How to Train Your Dragon live action, and I got a question for the boys. Did you guys see the original, the animated version?
Yes. Been a while. Bunch of times.
Been a while, and a no. I did not see it, and I was glad I didn't because this was not a sequel. It was just based on the movie, which I think most live actions are. I'm sure there's certain twists or things that they don't do exactly the same, but went with my wife, wanted to see Superman, pumped to see Superman. We compromised. She doesn't like that movie. We saw How to Train Your Dragon. One of the most shocking things, because again, I didn't watch the trailer for it. I knew the idea of what it was, but didn't want to know really anything about it because I'm sure it's been on. My nephew used to watch it 1,000 times when we lived with him a few years ago. So I'm sure I've heard some of the dialogue in the background of the animated version, but never actually watched the movie. So I was excited to go. One of the most shocking things, as I alluded to, was that the main Viking in the village was an actor you would not guess to be in this type of movie, which I love when you get an actor or actress that is out of their shell and is not in the typical film that they're normally in. And the head Viking was Gerard Butler in a kids movie. Very cool. Perfect.
That's crazy.
Perfect for the role. He came on screen. I'm like, no fucking way. This is Gerard Butler.
He's from New Zealand. New Zealand. I'm there.
I don't know, but he's awesome. Great action movie guy. I can't think of off the top of my head a movie I didn't enjoy, whether the movie was good or not. Always high action, guns, shoot 'em up type movies. Now he's in How to Train Your Dragon live action kids movie and did an incredible job. I thought the animation was pretty damn solid for like this is a kids movie. The setting, honestly, I don't know where they shot the movie at either. I asked Chelsea during the movie, like, where do you think this is shot at? Awesome scenery. The dragon from the original movie, just seeing pictures of him, and then now he's a Knight Rider, I believe. Or
I saw the trailer and everything. The animation looked fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. The dragons were pretty solid, and again, it's a kids movie, right? So like I always go back to Game of Thrones or House of Dragon, and like Dungeons and Dragons movie was good, but the animation, the CGI wasn't that great. And then you watch a movie like this and you expect it to be more, children's based, whatever. And I thought they did a really a really good job. And the plot, solid, feel good story, edge of your seat type of like drama for a movie like this. Not like a incredible rated R thriller, right? But like the plot line of the twists and turns, and if you've seen it, you already know it. But I think the live action did it justice, and I haven't seen it, so I'd love feedback on it. But for movies like that, I'm a huge animated movie guy. Some of my favorite movies of all time are kids animated movies. I go to theaters to see them. I'm gonna go see Smurfs. Really enjoy those movies, and having not seen the original, I can confidently say with zero recollection of the original movie that they did it justice. So if you're looking for a date night, you're looking for a watch in the middle of the week, and you're by yourself, anything to do, I definitely think it's worth it. 2 hour long, so it's not like a quick watch. They buy you in, you get the character build up, very, very well done. So How to Train Your Dragon live action. I don't think every live action, and I'm curious on your guys' thoughts here. I love when they do live actions. I don't think they always hit the mark. So I'm interested.
Before we get into that, how was the flying CGI animation?
Good. I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, even like
all around. Okay, I'm just curious because I feel like those would be the hardest.
Now, I will say, and this doesn't give anything away from the movie, but the mother dragon, so the dragons, if you haven't seen the movie, there's like a mother ant or the queen ant, and there's a volcano they go to where all the dragons that, attack the village and whatnot go back to home, and they're always trying to find the nest. It's the dragon's nest. They can't find it. That's the whole plot, right? And the Vikings have been trying to find the nest to eradicate the dragons the entire time. They can't ever find it. And then the main character in the movie, gets with Toothless, which is the dragon's name, which is Knight Rider, one of the ones that they can't ever find. They hide themselves in the shadows of the night. They shoot shots from deep. You can't ever see them. Critter, if you could find the main guy's name, that'd be great because I'm blanking on it. But he shoots one down. They become pals, right? And he rides the dragons, and like the landing scenes were pretty good. I mean, like the dragon approaching a mountain cliff or like a peak and like landing on it and climbing up it, like pretty well done for a completely CGI. Not even a CGI dragon, but a CGI cartoon dragon that was not meant to be intimidating. I thought it was really good. The one thing I had about it that I thought was extremely funny was the mother dragon, like the dragon of all dragons in the volcano. Hiccup is his name. So yeah. Hiccup and Toothless. The mother dragon in the volcano is obviously much larger than the dragons that are flying around and kind of pillaging the villages for, livestock and lambs and whatever they can find to eat and bring back to the volcano. Obviously the main plot twist at the end is they're looking for the nest and the main dragon and whatnot. The funniest thing about the movie, and the one criticism I had of it for the CGI, was that dragon, the queen ant, you could say, 100 times larger than the biggest dragon that they're fighting, 200 times, I don't know, massive. The wings on it, the wings on the dragon were like tiny. It was like T-Rex arm wings. When it came up into the sky, they looked bigger, but when it came out of the volcano, I was like, there's no way that thing can fucking fly. It's like an ostrich, like the bird penguin. Birds that can't fly is what you think of. So that was the one criticism I like kind of chuckled at. But when it was in the sky and it was flying around, the wings looked the part. So CGI, I thought they did a pretty good job for the most part.
Nope.
But live actions in general, I mean, I don't know what your guys' takes are. I always get excited for them. I know there's been hits and misses. I don't have a miss necessarily on the top of my head, but
I don't think I've watched too many of them, so I've had good experiences with them.
Yeah.
They get looked at.
I need to see that one.
Did you like Lion King? I don't know if I've ever seen it. I heard it wasn't that great.
I even liked Mufasa a little bit. I don't think a whole lot of other people did, but I did like Mufasa a lot.
My one problem with Lion King and Mufasa is that there aren't people in it. So, like, it's not really a live action.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I was just thinking, like,
it's just animated.
And that makes them look real. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Mufasa, though, I did watch. I thought both were good, but, like, there's not people in it. So it's like,
Lilo and Stitch did really well.
One Piece is a TV show, but I thought they did a damn good job, and that's a tough concept to
That
follow.
is a very tough theme, character-wise. Like, it's... I don't think One Piece can go that long due to the complexity of the characters, but we'll see. But to your point, yeah, no, the live action or just animation to, the big screen, I think it's only getting better.
Well, I think our era, like our age group, is like a lot of the live actions coming out were the childhood movies we watched. So we're gonna be biased to them, but
Yeah.
I think we would also be biased to point out if it was complete dog shit.
True.
I feel like Monsters Inc. is next on the list.
Monsters Inc. Yeah, I mean, but even then, like, there are people, but not really. And I think Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, because Monsters University was also around our timeline of when that movie came out and when we were in college and graduating college was like when that released. And like, I am on the boat of Monsters Inc.'s animation was about as close to like Lion King as you can get in terms of like those things don't exist, lions do, animals do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think their animation style, even back at Monsters Inc. original, was as live action as you can get. So I don't think, I mean, they went to college, and like buildings were obviously animated, but I don't think you can do a Monsters Inc. live. It would just be the same movie.
Just
unless you get the one girl, you get her in there.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name either, but
Boo.
Yeah, Boo. But yeah, How to Train Your Dragon would recommend. I mean, it's a good movie. So without seeing the original, it makes me kind of want to watch it to see if there were
What's
differences.
different?
There's got to be something. So we'll see. But How to Train Your Dragon, great movie. I know coming up on Monday, you guys will hear this the Friday after we see this, but Geese and I are going to a Scream Unseen, which is the Screen Unseen Chills and Thrills AMC production where for sure it's going to be a horror film. So excited to talk about that one next week. First one that I've been to that has been a Scream Unseen and the first Screen Unseen that Geese has been to. So, and fun fact, my buddy at work bought the seat right next to me. So we will be right next to each other. We bought them, or I guess we didn't buy them. Multiple days after each other. What seat are you in? You guys know it. What seat do I sit in? Small theater.
E5.
E5 is
E6?
correct. E5 is correct. It's E5 or E6. My buddy's in E4.
I said E5 or E6. I was muted.
Yeah, it will be. I think I'm in E5. He's in E4, so he kind of fucked up the shared armrest. So I'd love to cuddle a little bit, but we're not going to be able to. But he will be right next to me. So Scream Unseen coming at you next week. But boys, we had a little bit of a vacation. We have some travel time from Trav. Would love to hear about the travel that we've done over the last week and or last couple of days.
Please go ahead.
I was reading the chat. Wasn't listening.
Travel, buddy. You went on vacation.
Yeah.
How was that?
I went to Montana, family vacation. Hosted my sister and her kid and brother-in-law the week before. So they were out here for a week, and then they drove out to Denver, then drove up to Montana, then they're driving back. And I said, absolutely not. I'm flying. 2-hour trip. I'm in. I'm down. Ran into Lawson. He was up there for his brother's wedding about 30 minutes south, so he stayed with us for a night before he had to fly.
I just want to point out, we've mentioned Lawson twice in 2 weeks. Lawson is our friend. None of you know who he is, so we'd just like to point that out. Go ahead.
We'll see how many times I can mention him throughout the lifetime of this pod. So he hung out with us, and then we did a 9-hour trip in a bus, like pretty nice bus, AC, all that through. It's over the Continental Divide, and then you come back. So a whole trip's 9 hours. You get out, you sightsee. They give you lunch, things like that, and then hit the boat on Wednesday. Did not put sunscreen on. So I'm feeling the effects of that today, but just my legs got a little toasty. Nothing too bad. And then just an absolute clusterfuck coming back home. Plane had maintenance issues. Then Denver had weather issues. Then the maintenance issues were fixed, but then Denver still had weather. So should have been in around.
Seems like you should have drove.
Should have been in at 7. Got in at 10. It is what it is. We're back.
The bus comment is funny based on the movie that we watched because you could have just been on a yacht. Could have found your way to a yacht, but no.
I made it to a pontoon. What do you want? Trav, how was the road trip?
It was good. I think we
It's
had
like your 10th time doing it now?
Oh, probably more than that. Round trip from, I guess, one-way trip from central Minnesota to New York. Took us 2 days. We stopped in Toledo. Place stinks. Indiana's probably the smelliest and worst state. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's terrible. What else?
Shout out
Easy
Quinyon
drive.
Mitchell, Toledo Rocket, Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion, cornerback, rookie.
It's true.
Go Birds.
If you're watching, go Birds.
We didn't really stop anywhere. Took us less time to get out here than the last couple times, so we were cruising. It gets easier every time, but I will say this Airbnb is one of the nicest. It's like a renovated A-frame, 3 levels. Tan's got to walk up a spiral staircase to get to his room. And
is that thing just creaking?
No,
spiral staircases.
It's legit. Like, I can walk up it no problem. I'm a big boy, but I say no problem. There's a problem. It's really tight. So you have to like kind of walk up it sideways.
Spiral staircases are all time.
Yeah,
and they're not. They're one of the most inconvenient things that have ever been invented.
I mean,
but when you see one, they're awesome.
Not inconvenient. Yeah, might not be the best word. I'll let you retry. What word are you thinking?
They're not ideal. They are very convenient because you take a much less space.
Yeah.
But they're not. It's not an easy walk. Like it's never like a stroll in the park.
I look at these Airbnbs because we stay in them all the time. Like that's what we do out here. We don't have a house out here, and New York's a huge state. It's one of the biggest in the country. But when we come out, every time it's Airbnb or bust. Stay in a hotel for a month at a time is not ideal. But we look at it like, okay, it makes sense. You're not always going to have adults going up there. It's not like old people are going up there. If you have kids and they go up and down the spiral staircase, they're going to have a blast. So
yeah,
I think if there are kids here, they enjoy it. But it's just a 30 plus year old tan going up and down after a day at work.
Is it like closed in stairs, or is it just the platforms and you can like go between the risers?
You can go in between them. It's small. I'll send you guys a picture.
I was just like, every time I see spiral staircases like that, or any staircase really, and it's all open, biggest fear is nailing my shin going up. To where your foot just slides through and pop.
Mine is just falling. I mean, you can catch yourself on whatever you want, but you're going down in a circle. It's not fun.
Some of them you try to go up the side.
Yeah, to end it, Indiana sucks. It stinks. It's smelly. Worst place. Fight me about it. I'll do rough and rowdy. I don't care. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's the worst. Just like you look at the border sign and you cross it on the highway or on the freeway, and it immediately smells like sulfur and industrial and just ass. So
got out of Indiana.
No, it's not going to win an Oscar. I'll tell you that.
No, but with Oscars being said, we do have the first time we did not discuss Gears to Grind prior to a podcast. I would love to open the floor to the boys. What gears do we have to grind this week? Because I don't think I've got one.
Drivers.
Trav.
Happened today.
Drivers. We're talking about golf?
It's always, nope, vehicles. Traffic today. We had to drive back a couple of our trailers to a different job site. So I'm following Tan. He's got a trailer in his nice big truck. I got the Escalade taking the other big trailer. and we're on this like it's a 2-lane. I mean, it's very hilly out here, so traffic's usually not crazy. But if it gets busy, it's hard to brake, and you can't see everything. There's trees everywhere. Guy pulls out in front of me with no blinker. I have an enclosed trailer behind me that I am pulling, so I brake. Like, all right, there you go. He speeds up a little bit. No blinker, brakes, turns right. And I mean, I don't know, maybe 2 index cards between my bumper and his. And there's nothing he can do. Like,
should have been tailgating him.
I didn't tailgate him. He's the one that pulled out in front of me.
4 seconds. Just
no. If I would have been in a bad mood if I ended up hitting that guy, especially with construction and all that.
I can echo that, and I didn't have one until you said that. But
yeah,
Colorado has a carpool lane. There's an express lane on the freeway. There's a carpool lane on the highways, and people will get in the carpool lane by themselves. I do not care. I don't do it. I'm a law-abiding citizen for the most part, and I will ride the left lane even if it's traffic and people are blowing by me in the carpool lane because I'm not in the carpool by myself and driving to work. Don't care. People out here will get in the carpool lane, going to work by themselves, whatever, and then they won't merge until they have to turn. So you'll get somebody who's cooking down the carpool lane, and their turn is the next light, and they'll wait until, like, hey, buddy, my blinker's on, I'm coming over. Like, no, dude, that's not how it works. If you have to turn in a half a mile, 3/4 mile, like, maybe you start to Tetris your way in. Right. No, it's 4 lanes.
The entitlement of drivers where they just think
4 lanes,
turn
dude.
signal on is enough. Just
and
turn signals on, watch out.
It's every time you see the blinker come on. You'll see it once in a blue, and then the good ones, they'll put the blinker on, they'll get in your lane because the car in the carpool lane's not going fast enough. They get in the left, they pass, and then they get back over. But they're the ones that are putting the blinker on early. You know what they're trying to do. The ones that turn the blinker on late, pulling up on a stoplight every single time, all the way to the right turn lane, and they're just going like, "Fuck you behind me." If you're in the far right lane turning, you better see this car coming because they're going to either run you off the road or hit you, or you're going to hit them.
Dude, and the margins they do it at are insane.
It's unbelievable.
Now, I've done stuff like that in the past. Travis, we'll keep going here. But, man, they do it. I'm sitting here cringing thinking they're just going to, pit maneuver somebody. And it's just boom, boom, boom. You're like, what in your mind makes you think you're capable of doing that constantly?
I think that if more of Americans were literate and could watch a video about, I don't know, zipper merging and laws, traffic would be non-existent. What a world we'd live in.
If they could just get off their fucking phones and pay attention to the light, we'd have no traffic.
Our logic is, I just want to be in front of you.
Right.
Yeah, like, you're a little bit behind me. Why would I go behind you? Because my car's close. Like, I want to be in front of you.
Right.
That is the logic.
It's, I want to be first. It's, I think everybody else is an idiot. And it's also,
it's so true.
I am an idiot. There's three people. There's 3 people.
Another thing on the same topic is, like, I believe the left lane's a passing lane, the right lane's a through lane. I will get to a point in my drive where if I have to turn left, I'm a half mile out, I'm getting in the left lane, and I'm going to get there. I don't speed that often. Like, I'll go 5 over, probably max. And people just come up on you, riding your ass. Like, dude, I don't know why. If the right lane is wide open, like, why do I have to get it? Like, I'm not a guy who's going to cruise the left lane going 500. Not ever going to happen. Those people suck.
If you start riding me, I'll speed up to get over. Like,
right. And, like, if I'm on the interstate and, like, I'm cruising the left lane, passing cars, someone's coming up behind me, I see him, I will get to a point where I will get over. If I'm on a highway or I'm close to home, I have to turn left. I have to get in the left lane to turn left. I'm going, and there's nobody in the right lane, and you just come ride my ass. Like, just pass me on the right. Like, that's not an actual law, dude. Like, just there's 2 lanes for a reason. You can turn left, you can turn right. I have to turn left. Just get over.
Yeah.
You don't, like, you're slowing yourself down by riding up on my ass to slow down to think I'm going to get over when you could just pass me because there's nobody there. Like, people are just so dumb, and I don't get it. But
speaking of drivers, there is this one lady. We leave for work. Sometimes, coming home, I see her too, but we leave for work around the same time in the morning. So I have had run-ins with her on a few occasions. It's like a blue Nissan Sentra, like old as shit.
License plate D79856.
She has a sign on the back of her car that says, "Smile, you're on camera." Constantly goes under the speed limit, man. Camps in the left lane, won't get out of it for any reason at all. So,
Smile, Geese, you're on camera.
I'm a little antagonistic in the morning, and I've ridden her ass a few times.
Sounds like one of your people.
She had her window wash fluid.
Chuck that up, Chris. I rid her ass.
Just rid it out.
Just rid it.
Her wiper fluid sprays past her car, and if you're close enough, just covers your windshield.
Convenient.
So if you ride her ass, she'll brake check you. And then if you keep doing it, she hits that shit. So it's just like constantly raining on your windshield. Yeah. I've ended up just turning on my brights and riding her ass anyway. And turn my windshield wiper.
Smile, because you were on camera.
Also,
just like said, that mechanic just spraying it to hit the car behind you is insane.
You could just get in the other lane and pass her.
Not when there's traffic. This isn't like open road. I would certainly get around her, but you're in the left lane. There's traffic in a 3-lane highway, and you're not going the speed limit. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? I'm trying to get to work. I wish more people drove with the intention of getting to where they're going as soon as they can.
No, I disagree.
I'm within the law and everything, but like, man, I'm trying to go home. I'm not trying to fuck around and be on my phone in the middle of the road. I'm trying to go A to B as quick as lawfully as possible. And you're around here fucking around, driving 10 under. Like, come on. You have a merge coming up. Get up to speed. Stop fucking around. Can't handle it.
See, I'm a guy who goes to work early because I'm cool with driving. I don't like traffic. Everybody's just flying by me. I don't care. I'm living in my own world. I'm going to get to work 30 minutes early. Why didn't you leave 10 minutes earlier if you have to go that fast? Like, why do you, like, what is the point of getting there any quicker? I don't understand that.
It's not about getting there quicker. It's getting there with intention. Instead of just dicking around in your car, watching the clouds fly by as you're at a red light, like, pay attention to the light. Green means go. Go the speed limit. Go faster than the speed limit. I don't care, but don't cause traffic. Like, there's so many rules of the road that you can follow, and it would make everything easier if you just drove with intention to get where you're going.
My intention is I'm going to get to work 30 minutes early, so I'm not in traffic, and then I'm going to fuck off for a half an hour and have a coffee and check Twitter. Or
I do that too. That doesn't change it.
But I don't need to get there any quicker. I know
I don't have to get there quicker either. I just don't want to get stuck behind someone who won't get out of the fucking way.
Sounds like you're trying to get there a little quicker. Throw the flag. Drivers on the hot seat tonight. That is tough. That's a good gear to grind. And with Gears to Grind, we started to give out awards last week. We've got some Oscars to give out from the week. And we're going to start off with Trav. Who is your Oscar going to this week, or what? Person, place, or thing?
My Oscar goes to this Airbnb. Reason being, I can record a podcast here.
That's great.
Unlike the other two. It's really cool. This basement area where I'm going to stay with Viking is actually cool, like temperature-wise. And I like sleeping in the cold. It's quiet. It's private. The area is really nice, close enough for the job site. Got a grill. Everything's new. Nice living room, nice kitchen. Got a cool patio out back. So Oscar goes to
Good
this Airbnb.
good
So it's
Airbnbs are tough to beat. When you get a good
Sure.
one, it's tough to beat because you get some shitty ones a lot.
Yeah.
Not you in general, but like in
No,
general.
that holds true to Trev.
No,
Well, that-
no. Honestly, the last one was the worst one, just due to the amenities. Like
All the
house
pictures
itself
look
was
good.
nice.
All the pictures always look good.
Yeah.
So you're playing roulette every time, but the good Airbnb is a good Oscar award.
Yes, sir.
Critter, who's your Oscar going to this week?
We even got a little
Yeah.
note here. Here's Oscar goes to charity golf
Uh-huh.
tournaments, but actually, I'm actually gonna give the Oscar to charity golf organizers.
Ooh.
A lot of it goes into that, getting all the vendors, just a bunch of different people that.
My aunt does that for the Paralympics. She's an organizer for veterans Paralympics.
Probably like the same concept. Like you got vendors and donors and all this stuff, and
The
then
good ones.
obviously the awards and all that stuff that you got to give out, silent auctions, phone calls they have to probably make on a yearly basis. Ooh.
Then if someone pulls out and schedule changes and all this other BS, you got to make sure everyone shows up. No.
Yeah, I just went to one on Monday. Usually it's on a Friday, so there was some wrench thrown in there by
Weather,
probably the golf course, to where they couldn't do it on a Friday and they had to do it on a Monday.
The really good events that you're talking about, like the golf ones and Geese are talking about Paralympics, the really good ones, you don't even know that there's anybody organizing it. You know,
It
run
just
so
flows.
smooth. But yeah, shout out, that's for sure. That's a good one.
That is a good one. Geese, Oscar award goes to.
The Oscar goes to Ryan Scott, 2-year-old niece. Made it through a 9-hour trip on a bus. Minimal freak out. Had a nap. Ran around. Pooped her pants. It was great. For a 2-year-old, I know there's other kids and every kid is different, but you put me in that position, I'm going to freak out. So shout out to her parents. Shout out to her. It was a great trip, and she could have made it a bad trip.
Traveling with infants is not fun.
Makes
Not
you
even
realize
infant,
why you don't
kid.
want them. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it sounds like that was a good experience. So that would be +1 for the good.
It was, but I mean, there's still moments where you're just like,
Yeah, you always are worried in the back of your head that something it could just turn to shit real fast, and you're the family that's responsible for the shit.
yeah. I mean, we had 3 other groups on there. 2 of them were elderly, so I'm like, I know you didn't know that booking your trip that there was going to be a 2-year-old on it, but there is. So tough shit, but very well behaved. So I don't think you could really bitch about it that much.
No, that's a good award because
Getting an
that
Oscar
was-
at 2 years old, impressive.
Can't
I'll tell you what,
complain.
when she grows up, she is going to be a shithead. So get ready for that.
They all are. All of them stink. All kids suck. I love them to death. But
She's got one
My-
speed right now.
yeah, I have a nephew who's got 1 speed as well, and he stinks. Love him to death. My Oscar this week is actually potentially an Oscar award that could be given out, so it's kind of a tough one. But my Oscar this week, the award goes to the F1 movie soundtrack album, and I'll tell you why. I am running a 5K on Sunday, and the 5K is the Donor Dash out here in Colorado. My mother and my buddy's dad are recipients to organ transplant, so the Donor Dash is something we kind of dumbed ourselves upon last year, so we're going to run it this year. And the reason my Oscar goes to the F1 soundtrack is because I'm a guy who, I work out when I can. I am not a runner. I've ran probably 0 times in the last 7 to 10 years. And I know that the people of the same age as me going to it, including my wife, are going to run this, or my parents, the other parents, are going to walk it. I wanted to walk it. I'm going to run it. So I decided to cold turkey after a night of drinking, jump on the treadmill. I got to run a mile. Cold turkey, get on this thing, work out, hop on the treadmill. Let's get a mile in. Let's just feel the water, see where we're at, right? Get on the treadmill, pop the F1 soundtrack on. It's 10 songs that I know of on Spotify. It could be longer, but the 10 songs is what I got. We're 5 songs in. We hit the mile. This fucking soundtrack is so good. And the reason why this Oscar could actually go to the F1 movie is because it is that good. I look down. I'm at a mile. I am cruising. Not setting a record time. I'm not looking for awards. We're not looking at the Guinness Book of World Records. We're trying to just run or jog, whatever you want to call it, faster than a walk for 3.2 whatever miles a 5K is. And I wanted 1 mile. I looked down, 5 songs in. The soundtrack is so goddamn good. You know what? We're halfway through the soundtrack. Might as well cook another mile. 2 miles in, we're done. It's over. 2 miles, cold turkey, no problems. We're running inside on a treadmill with air conditioner. A lot different than running outside on Sunday. You guys are going to hear this a week later, so it'll be the last Sunday as you're listening to this now. But the soundtrack got me through it. Problem is, the soundtrack is 2 miles. I learned that on the treadmill. The 5K is longer than that. I don't know if I build a running playlist or we just run back the soundtrack because we go again. 9 out of 10 times
Again.
we lose, but not tonight. Again. And we're going to run that thing back. I think that's the plan on the 5K is just hit the 10 songs. We start back with Tate McRae. We roll into another good tune. We got Ed Sheeran. We got Chris Stapleton. You got it all. The F1 soundtrack is going to get me through this 5K, boys.
So, question for you, Brennan, because I will also be at this event. Is it at Wash Park?
It was last year, and just without ever looking anything up and knowing 0 things about it, that's where I'm assuming it is again.
Okay. Didn't know it was a 5K. Just hearing that for the first time, so great. Will not be running it. Okay. So I will be I'll be hanging out with Marty and Kirsty in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom said I'll meet you at the finish line because she's not running.
Good. Because I'm gonna be right next to her saying
I'd be a walker. I'd be a walker for sure.
And here's what I said too. Like, my wife is somebody that we've done the this is bad. There's a workout you do on Memorial Day. It's a Army veteran workout.
The Murph.
We've done that, and she, when we started running, just takes off. I'm trying to keep pace. I gas out. She's fine. I've told myself I am going at my pace. I have a pace. If I run a 12-minute mile for 3 miles, that is impressive for me at almost 30 years old without running ever. That's the pace. I can talk at this pace. I can vibe. It's about a 0.3, 0.5 miles. You get into it, that's suck ass, and then you just kind of get in the zone. I'm running at my pace.
Oh, yeah.
If everybody else wants to go at their pace, go ahead. You can stay with me and have vibes, or you can go ahead and just be a jerk off. But I am running my own pace, and I'm crossing the goddamn finish line. I was told by a coworker, multiple coworkers, that I should be able to get off my couch and run a 10K, and I'm getting called a pussy if I can't run a 5K. I am going to run this 5K, and I'm not going to beat any records, like I said already, but I am going to finish that 5K without. You know what? If there's water stations, got to stay hydrated or you'll die. It's a fact. If you want to take a break to drink water, sue me. But I'm running this 5K, and that's all there is to be said.
You mentioned the runtime of I'll call it the F1 soundtrack. Well, I was going to say album, but it is the F1 soundtrack.
Well, 10 songs.
Right. So you said it was, 2 miles?
About 2 miles, yeah.
If you ran faster, it'd be 3.
Not going to do it.
I'm
not going to do it.
Want to point that
That's
out.
a fact. I mean, that's a fact. Fact or fiction. Game
So,
of fact or fiction.
You'll like this. I texted Lexi, hey, it's a 5K Sunday. Isn't that like 3 miles? Yep. Fuck.
Yeah, we'll see at the finish line, and if I'm still alive, then we're in good shape. But my Oscar award had to go to that soundtrack. And I know we plan on something special about that movie for you guys down the road here, but I couldn't change my Oscar because it wasn't about the soundtrack. It was about what it was doing for me. And this week, that soundtrack changed the way I'm looking at running this 5K. So excited for that. We'll talk about that next week, I'm sure, and we'll see how I did. We'll check back up on the old Knock Tree beer. But Oscars have been given out. The gears have been grinded. We want to talk about Sandman Episode 2. We want to talk about Adam Sandler. We want to talk about Happy Gilmore 2 coming out. We want to talk about Murder Mystery, a 2019 comedy mystery movie, which, shocker, again, as I said in the intro, it's called Murder Mystery. There's a little bit of a mystery to it. I think, personally, this is a spin on Sandler. I'm very interested to dive into it because I think it's a little bit of a different Sandler type of movie. There's 2 of them out there. We excluded the sequels from this wheel. We start with Murder Mystery. We did not watch the second one. Elite duo Jennifer Aniston, Adam Sandler. Trav, tell them about the movie. He's muted for all of you out there.
Sorry, boys. I'm trying to get away from this AC unit blasting, but to give you a little intro, we got Nick and Audrey Spitz, both from New York. One is a wannabe detective, but he's a cop, and the other is a hairdresser. He's trying to finally do something nice for their anniversary and, do it right by getting overseas. And on the plane, she meets this guy who's got a little adventure to him. Let's get on this boat. Come on, let's have a little bit of fun. Turns into probably the wildest boating experience you could ever think of. A lot of people die, and we end up figuring out what happens to those dead people and why they died. Who wants to kick it off for this episode?
I'll go.
Geese, let's hear it.
I'm just going to agree with what Brendan said. It is definitely, it's Adam Sandler, obviously, but it's not his typical movie. Doesn't start off with, old photos of them growing up like you see in Grown Ups or Jack and Jill just watched. So he definitely has a theme he likes to run with. This is definitely, it's an Adam Sandler movie, end of the day. Let's call it what it is. But it is enjoyable. There's definitely moments throughout this movie where I'm like, who is the killer? Right? Like, I'm trying to figure it out along with everybody else. And it's definitely Knives Out-esque. If you've seen that. But it's nothing too deep, but it's an enjoyable ride.
I have to follow that up by just asking, have you guys seen this before, or is this the first time watching?
I've seen this like 5 times.
Yeah, this is my second time seeing it.
Okay. Yeah, I assumed that we'd all seen it. I think I've only seen it once because I watched the second one, so obviously running it back. But yeah, I think my initial thoughts are impressed because it's not your typical Sandler movie, as we've alluded to multiple times. And with that, like, on that topic, is like, it's not just not a typical Adam Sandler movie, but you don't get the ensemble that we typically get. And I think that's something we hammered home on last time. Is you love the fact that you get the ensemble every time. You get Spade, you get Rob Schneider. Back in the day, you get a little Chris Farley. There's a lot of guys that are always in these movies, or some of them at least. And this one, you don't get that, and I think it makes you appreciate it a little bit more. And I don't think this was part of his Netflix deal that he signed recently, but I know it's on Netflix. I think the second one probably was.
This is a Netflix film.
No, I know, but I don't think it was part of his like big Netflix deal where he had to do X amount of movies, because this one came out in 2019. I think he might have signed multiple deals, but regardless, it's like you're getting the Sandman experience, but you're not getting the Adam Sandler typical movie. It's like you get Jennifer Aniston, which is a staple. It's an elite duo. They've done a lot together.
So hot.
Very hot. Always has.
Give the Oscar to Jennifer Aniston for just existing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of work done probably, but God, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
This is a guy. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I had seen it. It's a good movie. You still get the Sandler one-liners. You get the full circle comments that come back to play, the callbacks from earlier in the movie. Very, very dynamic duo. They don't miss for me, and I love this movie.
Yeah, I think it's the murder mystery theme for me. That's like dinosaurs, man. I'll always watch them. Yeah. And this one gives, other, there's definitely different types of murder mystery, super serious, drama, what have you. So it's refreshing to get a comedy about it. Obvious, it's probably been done before a million times, but to get it from Adam Sandler's perspective is what draws you in, especially because there's a second one, and that didn't miss either. So he's got the formula for these figured out.
There wasn't too much like comedy focus too, which I appreciated. It was more of a serious movie. Obviously, funny parts of the movie, but Sandler's just got such a wide range of what he can do. He's almost like I think Jordan Peele gets a little bit of his ability to just do whatever from Sandler. I mean, Sandler's more of a comedy guy. But I feel like Peele gets a little bit of the freestyle, do it his own way from our generation watching Sandler. I know he's older than we are, but I'm sure that's
it's funny.
Where he gets a lot of his influence.
It's interesting that you bring up Jordan Peele because Jordan Peele's whole come to rise was comedy.
Right.
Skits. Key and Peele is an extremely funny skit like production that they've done. I don't want to say thousands, but like fucking tons and tons and tons of videos and skits, and they've been on everything.
Hundreds is right there, buddy.
They killed it. I know, but I thought maybe thousands. That's a lot. But to that point, is like Peele now is producing these most like psychological thriller horror fuck with your brain movies, and it's like that is not the guy you think of, and like Sandler has that ability where he's not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not doing Get Out, he's not doing Us, he's not producing these types of movies, but like in the latter of his career has been in these movies that are a lot more. This is not a Sandler movie. Hustle, Uncut Gems. Like there's a lot of movies that come out that's like this guy's his cookbook is not one fuck. It's not. We're not run it through a motherfucker's face every time we run the ball.
Right.
Like we've got a little bit.
He's more dynamic.
We got some window dressing on Sandler, and like this still has that comedy aspect to it, and there are funny parts. But like 2019, not that long ago, before that, you could probably count on your hand if that how many Sandler movies were like this.
True.
So, and just another thing I write down every time I watch one of these is like Happy Madison Productions is him. With some other people, it's like this is still a Happy Madison production. You just see his whole playbook, and it's been a long time coming because he's been in the business for a long time.
I think Trav's comparison is actually really interesting because Adam Sandler has gotten this big sticking to the script. You know what I mean? For the themes of his movie, how they're set up, they're very cookie cutter in a way, which is, early in his career, very similar throughout, the timeline of that, where Jordan Poole, is that his name, Jordan Poole?
Peele.
Jordan
Poole plays basketball.
Recently traded.
I've done that before. He has only his stardom, being able to do whatever he wants, has only came from like those serious movies. Where Adam has built up the reputation of like these funny comedies that, have deeper meaning, where, Jordan's actually had to had critically acclaimed films. Not to say that Adam hasn't, but, it's not comedy.
Yeah. They're not tomato.
No, but they both have that ability now to be like, I'm going to release this and it's going to fucking rock.
It's a crazy twist to and who knows how long Sandler's going to get it done. But like the second half, we could easily say the second half of his career has been more. You think I'm this? Like, let me show you. And like he's been able to do a lot of parts that have not been the typical Adam Sandler comedy jerk off, type of movie.
Well, and Sandler's the best because he's not just producing it; he's in the movie and he's the star of the movie. So that's where he's just goated.
Every time.
Whereas Peele, like Jordan Peele, isn't in his new movies and probably for the most part just focuses on producing and screenwriting and all that stuff for it because it's not easy. I can't imagine those movies are easy to make. I mean, a mind bender movie, I don't think they don't get enough credit. Like, this wasn't a mind bender, but I'm just, we're talking about Jordan Peele now, but the amount of work that gets put into these movies, and I mean, this is kind of a mind bender with some of the mystery of it, but mostly
I get what
funny
you're saying,
and roundabout. But I think we're in a really good place with these type of directors and producers and whatnot, and especially the fact that he's still doing it is one of the reasons why we're doing a full series on him.
He's like the real life Jackie Moon, the player coach owner.
Yeah,
it's crazy how he's our generation of like, directors, producers. Like, that's Adam Sandler to us.
He's before us. He's definitely a little before us. But like the movies, his classics are definitely before our time. But like, that's how good he is.
He's only 58 though. I mean, that's our parents' age, but for him to be, his movies are for us, I would say, typically.
Yeah, he was on SNL while we were.
Yeah, that was his come up and everything.
Toddlers.
But it's just like Robert De Niro to our parents.
Not full player coach, whatever you
say. No, but he's involved in that.
I mean, Happy Madison. I mean, he's got. Those are basically titles of people who are assisting him, is how I interpret it.
I think I saw somewhere on like a review or something that the guy that wrote, or the gal that wrote Zodiac wrote this, or this guy wrote Zodiac.
Okay.
And I'd be interested to dive in, like,
there it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to dive in more on like how often does he have the same team? Like, we know he has the same team on set. How often does he have the same team backstage? Because I would imagine he's got a lot.
That's a great question.
I would imagine he works with the same people.
This had a different feel. That's one really interesting piece of this movie. It didn't, and that's probably why. Like, good pointing that out, Kurt, that it's not exactly him, player coach, whatever. But
player coach owner.
Yeah, he seemed more of just an actor in this movie, which was really refreshing.
Yeah. Yeah, and to get into the movie, I had an immediate point I wanted to make, is you learn about Sandler being a cop and failing the detective test 3 times and won't tell his wife. But you already get into the girl bullshit. And the first thing I wrote down about this movie, besides, here's literally how my notebook lines go. Sandler and Aniston, elite duo. Happy Madison Productions, baby. In quotes, hey Viking, in quotes, I don't want to have to tell him. That is such a girl way to think. Just fucking tell me if there's something wrong or you have something to get off your chest. Anybody, male, female, that, them, they, all that stuff. Just tell me. Like, just tell me.
I don't know, though. I get her point. It's like, she shouldn't have to tell him that he promised her a trip to fucking Europe on their wedding day, and it's been 15 years. Like, at what point do you take responsibility for that? But to just stew on it all night long, all day long, like, just get it over with.
When she did, it was just an aggressive approach. Like, just fucking say something. Because, like, I'm a classic figure of, I'll say something in the morning and forget it by 3 o'clock. No chance. Just remind me and we'll do it. Like, 15 years? You don't think after you're like 3, maybe? Like, hey, you think we're going to go? And maybe she did. We don't get that context. But it seemed like that was not a conversation that was being had very often.
Sounds like she forgot about it, too, until recently.
Until the other girls got in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eggplant emoji donut, you know?
Donut. Eggplant emoji.
Yeah.
Good point.
Which I'd read that text and like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is this? Like, words. English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? Shout out Jackie Moon times 2. Anyway, just had to get that off my chest. Don't love that logic of thinking. But I did write down that it is their 15th anniversary. Guys and girls operate a little bit differently. I just had my 2nd anniversary.
Are you feeling it yet, Mr. Krabs?
Going to get your card the day of and think like the little things like that is just the guy's way to operate. Like you got like there are plans in place for anniversaries of gifts. Like the thought, like year one was paper for modern, or excuse me, for traditional. I don't even remember the modern. Year two was cotton for traditional. Modern was China. So at least you have like a genre of shit you can get. The
Is
day
that a
of
real thing? Lexi was
Yeah.
talking about that. I've
Yeah,
never heard
yeah.
that in my life.
Well, you're not
I
married,
have
so.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, okay, take you guys on a little school lesson here. When you are married, there are traditional and modern gifts to get. I call them presents. Some people call them gifts. They're all presents. There is a Mayan calendar of traditional anniversary presents to get on year one, year two, up to year 10. And then it's 10, 15, 20, 25. Like it goes 5 years after that. So it's the first 10 years you have a playbook to look at that. Like as a guy, I'm not a present getter. I don't know what to get. We've been together forever. I've gotten everything. Like I'm not going to buy more shit to throw away. Like let's do an experience. She does a lot of experiences. It's a lot of fun. We've gotten away from like just your bullshit presents, unless it's like a funny, like I said, year two was cotton. That's like the gift is cotton. So like socks, a shirt, like a graphic t-shirt, like things like that is what I would do. So like that is how, when you get married, if you do, all three of you aren't, I am, there's a playbook for you that helps you out. Year one is paper, year two is cotton. There's a modern now, it's way more bullshit. Traditional is the way to go. It's literally like paper cotton, not China and fucking diamonds, whatever. Like this lot of extra shit that modernized has happened, but you have a playbook. I don't know what 15 is. I don't know what their thing was, but like that is a thing. But the whole point of this conversation, the segue, is like the way that he's thinking is like, yeah, I've gotten a couple of the items, but like the card, the flowers, like that's a day of. You don't have flowers the day before. Where are you going to put them? You can't hide them. You got to go get that shit the day of. You have to. And I'm a guy. We don't need flowers. You don't have to hide them because you don't have to get them that day because I'm not expecting them. But like flowers is always, you got to get them. Card, do it. Find something funny. Like watching that was relatable for me because like you do that as a guy. Like you don't get a card 2 months in advance and keep it in the fucking trunk of your car.
I will
You
lose
go
it.
the day of, and you go to one store, and you hope to God one of those cards is an anniversary card, and you find one that you actually can like spin as, oh my God, like I looked for so many cards. This is the one I thought this is the one, and like the one I actually got this year was cool because it was like a toast, in my butter half, so it was an extra butter play. Thought it was funny. Don't know if my wife got it or not, but very funny. But like that is a relatable moment for me because I am married and guys are not getting that shit 2 months in advance. Like we're going that day and we're knocking this shit out and we're going to put as much thought as we physically can into it. But like that is when we're doing it. And they all know it, but like I felt that moment.
Pressure makes
I
diamonds.
appreciate the dedication to the pod.
I don't know what that means. Oh, you're talking about the card.
The card.
Yeah.
No, dude, our brains just don't operate like that. But him lying about it all, I think, is the deeper issue of like, you didn't think about the fucking anniversary outside of the dinner. Like that's as far as his plan went. And then just to throw out a trip to Europe, spur of the moment, I got it covered, is just a crazy play.
He got the card though. His mind was he got the card.
You did
The
get
Europe
the card.
trip though, that's not something I would do. Like,
well, he was pissed about the dinner bill. Now he's got I don't know how far, in advance he got these tickets, but last minute tickets aren't cheap.
No.
And the interaction with the other cop and wife, like I'm not going to tell my wife to lie to your wife. Like, no, you just have to like not say what I'm
Don't
lying.
confront me about my lies.
Yeah, you don't have to tell her to lie, but just don't say I'm lying.
I love that actor, by the way. He's one of my favorite, just like B-lister or whatever you want to call it. I dig him.
Well, and his wife is detective. Just really rubbing it in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a detective like you.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have pissed me off. Like, hey, motherfucker. Like, I get it. I've been lying to my wife for 10 years, is basically what he's saying. But now is not the time to let that. No, we're not airing the dirty laundry right here at dinner. The bill was funny, but then, like, to our point, they get home. She's not speaking to him, and then just flips shit. And he's like, "You didn't let me get in my surprise," and that's where you get the Europe trip getting involved, and then they're off and running to Europe.
Well, her mood switched immediately too, like a light switch, man. Just pissed off. You've been pissed off for 15 years, and then you get what you want, and you're just like, oh, I love you.
And let's be honest, like, if that was actually what he did, which we can all probably agree that's not what he had planned, but he did it. It's like, if he did have that plan, and that was us, like, and that's what you're getting, like, fuck you. I get why you're pissed, but, like, I actually had the tickets purchased, and now, like, you're just running me up and down a wall.
I'm going on that trip by myself if that happened to me.
He definitely bought them last minute, and I loved the little liar act of, oh yeah, I tried calling. I'm like, is there any way we can get an upgrade? So anyway, I tried calling so many times, like customer service just wouldn't do anything. And she goes, "Oh yeah, you called, huh?"
They work so well together because I feel like they have that relationship in general.
Yeah,
where probably friends in real life, so like they can be natural with each other in those roles just comes so it's so fluid in these types of films. And it's exactly like how Lexi or I or Brennan and Chelsea, you or Mads, like bicker with one another, like, who'd you call, who'd you talk to? Like, there's no fucking way
that interaction would have been spot on. You could have put us in that, you could CGI us into that little scene. It'd be me.
Tried to call.
Yeah, I know I did.
Try to get an upgrade, and you guys put me on hold. Like, I fucking swear I called. Like, honey, I fucking called. Like,
and then she would go, "Who'd you call?"
Yeah,
and I would say Ghostbusters, and then we go sit down in our little coach seat.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just in the seat I paid for.
Fast forward to a Sandler quote. When they're getting ready to go down to sleep, looking for earplugs, $9, blah blah blah. He's snoring.
Oh.
She's like, "Don't lean your chair back. It's not like it's disrespectful." The guy behind you, like, "Oh yeah, okay, honey." Timber out like a light.
That happened on my flight on the way home. Some guy pushed his chair back to lean back, and this chick gave him the death glare. Just
I don't ever push my chair back.
Neither do I, because it doesn't make sense.
You should be able to, and I think I can't disrespect the people that do it.
There's a stigma for sure,
because it's not like you have ample room back there. There's a reason they lean back.
If you ask somebody that's sitting behind you, "Hey, do you mind if I lean back?" They're 90% of the time going to be like, "Sure." And then if they have a problem, be like, "Hey, I got to move. Could you move forward?" But the timber that everybody does on planes when they do it. Oh man, people physically can't do that to me on a plane. Like, my knees are in. You hit the button, you can't go backwards because you're not pushing me backwards.
No, and I'm not moving my legs because I literally can't.
I physically cannot.
How do your knees feel after a trip like that, Trav?
It's pretty stiff.
I mean, I'm assuming you obviously feel that being in the car all day, but 14 hours in a plane.
Yeah, longest plane ride I've done, I think, is 4 hours. But I usually do exit seats, and I'm the kind of guy you want in an exit seat. So I think they shouldn't charge me more for that.
I hope you never have to execute the game plan.
But I think about it, and I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. Play it through your head, like.
Well, your seat is a life jacket. Your seat is your safety valve.
Yeah.
We meet Charles Cavendish. Nick's sleeping. Audrey Spitz is going to the bar. Meets Charles Cavendish. Very interesting character. Intriguing. You kind of get the vibe something's about to happen. He's obviously going to play the cards right of this is where the movie gets going. Fun fact I had before getting into that scene, and I think I'm right. I didn't look it up, but I've seen enough Sandler films. The flight attendant talking to Adam and Jennifer is actually Adam's wife.
Correct.
Yeah. She's in a lot of his movies. She's in a lot of his movies, but she always plays a role like that, like a cameo role.
His kids have been in his movies too, and they've been married since 2003.
They're in
hats off
Happy
to them.
Gilmore too as well.
That has to
Yep.
that has to be just like a fucking model relationship, dude. Like I love Adam Sandler.
That household is probably
how
loud
could
as
she
fuck.
not love Adam Sandler, dude? That is just like the coolest thing. Like your husband is just, and I don't know. She's probably got her own thing going on too. Like I apologize in advance to Mrs. Sandler or Mrs. if she kept her name. But like she always does a very, very good job in the movie she's in of just, she's a cameo part. Like the acting is always good. And then you see her and you take a double take. Like, I'm pretty sure that's his wife.
Never stealing the show, right?
No.
Do you guys think that his kids watch his movies and think the same
Have
way
to.
we do?
Just talk shit. I would just talk shit to him about something.
I don't think you can. It's Sandler. Like, it is still that funny.
But it's also dad. It's not just Sandler.
True.
It's dad.
But it is pretty dad humor anyway, though.
That's probably
Right,
how
but we shit on dad.
he
humor.
probably acts like that at home all the time. So you're probably right. Where they would just go like, "What is this movie even about? This is what you did yesterday."
Yeah.
But
no.
I do want to hang on before you get going. No fucking way is there a bar on a plane like that.
Not that size.
No.
I mean, they're going to
I've
Europe.
never seen it.
No.
I've never been overseas on a plane though, so I don't know.
I haven't been on a big ass Airbus. I'm assuming that's what that is.
Oh,
I
bet you
have
they
been.
do.
I have been across the pond. Planes ain't that fucking big.
Yeah, they definitely are. Planes like that, they're big enough to have a bar.
I would say that they probably have shit like that nowadays.
Yeah. Sandler wouldn't do that to you.
No.
I'm looking it up now.
Fact or
Have
fiction,
fun
Brendan?
doing that.
Fact or
I would
fiction?
say fact. I would say fact.
That's a fact.
My
Good
guess is
quote in
fact.
that bar. Yeah, some people call me Reese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have another quote from that scene that I thought was awesome. Another Sandler quote is he walks in, Nick wakes up, goes in, wife's getting hit on by Charles Cavendish, who is a whatever, in Britain.
Stud.
England. Yeah, well, he's got an actual monarchy term, but stud would be a good point too. And he's like, look, man, there's two actually. I don't want to hear about how much money you're paying to fuck my wife, but how much we talk. And the second one is I'm not going to take a beer from somebody I don't know, and then immediately just starts putting it down. Labatt Blue, shout out Labatt Blue, great beer, Canadian Bud Light. They say
Bars
He
on their
does
planes
such a really
are
good
fact.
job with product placement.
bars
talk
on
about
airplanes
this-
are fact, Trav.
Yeah, told you.
Shocking.
The product placement, like Pepto Bismol and Jack and Jill, and then like Labatt Blue here, and then like Monaco, like the races later on in the movie, like all of that stuff, all the cars that they shot in the movie were real from that race in 2019.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah. I mean, shout out F1 movie. This is the F1 movie before the F1 movie.
Sure feels that way.
Yeah.
But how are you guys feeling? Sawing logs on the plane, wake up, wife's gone, find her, just chatting away with, this rich dude. Like, are you acting like Adam in this movie, or are you just like?
I'd probably start chopping it up. I don't care.
I think I'm acting like Adam because I don't think Adam acted anything crazy. Like I think Adam was kind of buying into it. Like he was obviously a little bit like flustered, but he did buy into like how much we talking,
Yeah.
and like the beer.
Yeah.
15 years of marriage, bro. At that point, if you're
That's
gonna
a good
leave me,
point.
just fucking go. Like
Mhm.
at that point,
Get me
like
a
if you
free
don't-
drink.
If you have to worry
If you-
about it,
Yeah, if you don't have the relationship after 15 years, or that is like immediate disruption, and then you just kind of roll into it, like it's not worth it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be worried. I mean, and he got a free drink, so clearly this guy's big game. He also flipped the badge on his wife there in the flight attendant, like, "Oh, you're gonna call the cops?" Yeah, that's me, and I'm gonna go have a beer. No, it's a good question, but I think after 15 years, there's no way you react any differently than he did.
Yeah.
They land in Europe though, and there's a choice to be made of getting on the bus to figure out how old or how aged ham works, or we're getting on the yacht. we're getting on the bus. We decided it. We're not doing the yacht. We've got this plan. It's our honeymoon, essentially. I think it actually was their honeymoon.
Yep.
And the bus is just dad yelling at the kids. This bus looks like a big old dumper. Shout out Cal Raleigh winning the home run derby. Big dumper. We'll take the yacht. Mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. We'll take the box. We're going on the yacht.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little Rolls Royce drives up.
They had buses like that, not double decker like that in Montana, but they had it was rows of seats and open top. Could not imagine that. Screw that. Give me the priceless vehicle because I'm going with the rich guy.
Yeah,
and they do. And they do. They get on the yacht. It's, very, large boat. A lot of famous people or big names across the country, running into the actress, running into the Maharaj, the fucking three bows. And the guy Vic turns out to be a pretty cool dude. But a lot of good quotes from this. I don't want to take away from the scene. You guys can revisit anything you want. But the good quotes I had was Charles Cavendish, it's only noon. Of course I'm drunk. That was a good one. And then when Nick is just immobilized by seeing the actress on the boat and is like, oh, my wife Allison here. It's like, my name's Audrey. Those are things that are just very small.
Is that Gemma Atherton?
I don't know. Her name in the movie is probably
Grace. I'm sorry.
Grace Ballard.
Wrong one. Grace Ballard. Correct.
Grace Ballard, and he's just loving all of her. Basically, essentially,
fangirling.
Again, like I said at the beginning, full callbacks to her being that way with Cavendish is now him with this girl, Grace Ballard. It's like, oh, man, it's my wife, Allison. It's married for 15 years. My name's Audrey. Very funny. Those small callbacks come up a lot within this movie, and that was the first one that I really noticed. But getting introduced to the boat, getting introduced to the Maharaj, getting introduced to Grace Ballard, there's a lot going on, but very good scene of getting on the boat.
Well, it's again, dude, it's just exactly, probably not as flamboyant as they acted, but if I'm getting on a boat like that, I'm saying the exact same shit. Look at this fucking boat. This chick looks like a bitch. And you're just happy Midwestern. Hey, I'm Alex. Hey, I'm Brendan. Hey, I'm Trav.
Well, think of being in Monaco for the Monaco Grand Prix and on a boat like that. You're legitimately this is a movie, so they're not real people, but you would legitimately have those type of people on that boat. So, you know what I mean? It's hard to be like, oh, I don't know these people, but you put an A-list celebrity in place of that actress and, other royal people instead of the other ones. You're like, holy shit. This is insane.
Yeah, this is the one percenters, man. That is the status that you now have just because you met this guy in the plane and he invited you to his boat, which Toby ain't a fan of. So it's you come in, you're all happy-go-lucky. He's like, you brought guests? Yeah, I did. And now you could probably cut the tension with a knife. If, in real life, I don't know if I should be here and there is no way off this boat.
I immediately thought of Geese messing up that saying and using different words for it. So bravo to Geese for getting that one right.
I thought about messing it up as speaking it. I was like, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
You get the whole introductory thing. You get Toby, you get Grace, you get the Maharaj, you get Colonel, you get Sergey, you get everybody, and it's a cool scene. And it's I can't imagine being on this boat, and I'm going to get to that point because I do have a question for you guys. But you roll through the introductions. The Quince, Malcolm Quince, or whatever the fuck his name, Malcolm Quince arrives, the dad. What it's all about. Walks down into that area, talking about his will. He gets this, she gets that. I've known you guys forever. You're all leeches. You repulse me. All of my will is getting revised. It's going to my wife, Susie. What are you guys in this moment? In that moment, not just the boat itself of walking around. You get to the point where this guy, the big show arrives. and he drops that speech on you, and you're just there. Like, you don't know any. These people have known each other forever, and you're just there. Like, what is going through your mind, or how are you reacting in that moment?
I think I am partial to the guy who brought me on the boat. You know, like I'm leaning on his side. If this is actually me, I'd be like, dude, that's bullshit. And we're probably talking tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. Be like, hey, that sucks. And then grab a little shrimp, dip it in a little sauce, take a sip of champagne.
My reaction there is definitely going to be, oh, fuck. And I'm probably not welcome on this boat anymore. Yeah. like, how are we getting off? Where are we going to go? We bailed on the tour, probably bailed on all the hotels he booked if he even did that. And now you're in, you know, they didn't land in Monaco, did they?
No, they were off the coast of France in the Mediterranean Sea.
So,
I did take notes on this because I knew it was going to come up, and then they were going to Monaco.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'd be feeling real sketched at that point, especially because obviously, you know, the matriarch, the breadwinner here is pissed off. And you're learning about how each one of these guys is just getting shafted. And then the son just gets the fucking dagger. And you got to feel for him at that point. So hopefully they come and bitch to me about it, and I can relate to them like, I'm fucking broke, guys. Like, you're one of me now.
I'm just throwing out that Geese called him a matriarch.
What's the other one? I know that's not like the correct term. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, it's part of why I'm on the show. I gotta throw it out there.
Mother of the family. I get it. I don't know what the other word is.
I'm in the same boat as you. Is like, I am shitting my pants immediately. Like, oh fuck, what did we get ourselves into?
But I'm way over my head.
I'm with Trav in the same thing. It's like, if I'm Nick, I didn't have good vibes from Charles, but like at this point in time, that is my right hand man.
He's the reason why I'm on the boat. So I mean, of course, I'm gonna be right.
It's like, hey man,
I'm gonna bang my wife. Hey, just saying.
What a crazy move, man! He's giving all his money away to his wife. Like, fuck that guy. You know, like,
and
whatever you can do to be on his side.
Fuel to the fire. Suki is Charles's ex. Susie, sorry, is Charles's ex. What? It was Suki. Susie. I was. I'm so close on these. I tell you.
It is his ex, so you're right about that. But
when you go to your quotes, you took my +1.
True.
They did. So he brought a +2. Lights are out. Malcolm's dead. Lights are back on. Immediate guesses who killed him.
When I first watched the movie, I'm trying to remember. I think I just immediately went to the son. And the thing about these movies is that your guess, they set it up so that your guess is always wrong, essentially. The son just got ridiculed in front of everyone. He's the lineal heir to the fortune, and he just got dicked. So, you know, and then Nick is there. It's the son. I'm telling you, it's always the people you suspect. And then they get fucking axed. So I'm pretty sure my first guess was Toby. And then it changed, obviously, as the movie went on.
Yeah, I don't think I made a guess or anything watching this the first time. I think I just went with the flow. I was watching it with my old man at the cabin, I think it was last summer. So we were just watching. We weren't like, oh, who do you think it was? We were just vibing. But watching the second time with the like obvious setups it's cool to see the second time.
Yeah, I think I was in the Toby boat too. Even the second time, I'm like, I actually forgot what it was. I had these. I've seen this movie before feelings in the back of my mind of who I thought it was. And I'm like, it's got to be fucking Toby. You know, and great scene, classic Sandler, where you can get a little Sandler vibe of like stop touching the body. They take the knife out. They put it back in.
Oh.
He grabbed. You're the detective. Figured out like what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the shrimp. We're gonna go to bed. Honey, get the cocktail sauce. Like we're gonna sleep on it. We're gonna come back to it
because I'm starving.
Get the cocktail. He's hungry. Maurice was nowhere to be found. The chef, nowhere. The whole time he's on this boat, he's asking for Maurice, and we just never get him.
But he appreciates him because those shrimp were something else.
He was digging them shrimp. I'd be asking for Maurice too. I'll tell you what.
It was cool to see Nick taking charge though. Like Sandler's character Nick, like finally it's like, dude, you guys are the outsiders the entire time, and then now this happens, and immediately they all turn to him. And the first thing he does is taking charge, is get the shrimp, get the cocktail sauce. I'm fucking hungry as shit.
Well, it just goes into his backstory of failing his exam and everything. Like, this is your time to shine. Your wife reads all these mystery books. You guys should have had that nailed down, a much better system than, oh yeah, there's a killer among us. Everyone just go to your rooms. Like,
yeah,
you keep everyone in the same room. You lock it down. No one's fucking leaving. No one touched the body. It's a crime scene. You know what I mean? So I think there's callbacks throughout the film where he starts taking it more seriously because of Audrey. And this is the first step of, like, he just blows it off like, oh, it's the sun. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And thinking he knows shit, which he doesn't. And then, bam! Toby kills himself.
Yeah, and we get to Monaco. Toby's dead. Gunshot at the night. Monaco, race is going. We get an introduction to the French, the actual detective, Laurent. And the perfect smoke ring we've ever seen. Does it multiple times, in the next couple scenes of just blowing a no. And he's like, God, that was a good ring. How does he do that? And they get to you get to the one-on-one questioning, except for Audrey and Nick are in the 1v2, and suspect number one is the Americans.
I love how all the family members, I'll say, just sell Audrey and Nick down the river. What was the weirdest thing there? The Americans. Oh, yeah. Charles, the Americans. You fucking invited them, dude.
Yeah, that part was. I mean, it's like coincidence. Like, yeah, I mean, it actually kind of is a coincidence when Audrey and Nick are in there. And then you get to the point where they actually do split up Nick and Audrey, and it's like, you're not a fucking detective. You're lying to your wife. I wrote down bad look. But I also wrote down, because after that scene, if they actually get to the point of Nick trying to kind of talk him through the detective work, let's sleep on it. Like, we're obviously not the killers, whatever. And Audrey's given him every piece of motive, I think Nick says, of why we are the killers. But what I thought, and it's after the scene, but based on our conversations, the movies we've watched, my Oscar I gave out tonight, the fact that F1 was in this movie is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. Seems like
I wonder what spurred that. Like, obviously Monaco, and that has the history for F1 to be like an event. But just you think it was just during their film schedule, and they're like, "Fuck it, let's incorporate it." Even though I know one of the characters was, was a racer, so I get that. But to plan all that just for it to be a side quest, essentially.
Well, think about it too, Geese. Monaco is like the epitome of rich, like, things. Like, the casino's right there. The race is, is what it is, and then all those boats in the harbor, and that's why it being on a yacht makes so much sense, because
really to show the monetary difference between them.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. What I don't get is, like, man, you just had a murder on this boat, and it's probably because they're all rich, but someone just got murdered on the boat. 2 people got murdered on the boat, and then they're just all free to go to the the Monaco view box to overlook the race on this super expensive area. It's like they're just free to fuck around. Like, you would all be detained. You're going fucking nowhere.
Yeah, but it's a movie.
It's a movie. I get it. It makes for it. But, this is where we get to see Nick and Audrey go into detective mode, where now that their asses are kind of on the line, it's like, okay, we got to figure this out or it's going to be us.
Yep.
And then each conversation they have with each other, like, oh, you want a Allegra? No, that doesn't work on me. I know it, and her trying to relate. And then it's Nick just, come on, who do you think it is?
I think the first conversation Nick has with what's his face,
Vic.
With Vic, yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up. What they're doing, saying that's you.
You confident in that? 100% confident. Well, it could be the general, Okay, so you're not. No, more like 80%. Yeah.
Not a guarantee. And Mark Carlos, to his credit, he did win the race.
Yeah.
So
what car was he driving, Trev?
What's that?
What car was he driving? Looked like
he was driving the McLaren.
Oh.
I don't know who he kicked out of his seat, but
that scene though was like cool because it was like finally they're doing the rounds. You said Geese, they're checking into detective mode. Nick is plotting to get answers out of anybody, any information he can collect. Audrey's trying to do her mystery book shit, and that is the first time you see them kind of check into, we're going to figure this thing out because we are suspect number one. And they get back to the hotel room. They get a paper under the door. Bang, bang, bang. Come to suite 802. And I thought it was very funny that he just grabs the lamp. Like, that's not a weapon. What is when I crack somebody over the fucking head with it.
Did any of you guys expect, first time watching, expect it to be the bodyguard guy?
No.
That's where it's like
know.
This movie excels at that, where obviously it's supposed to do that, but it really kept you guessing throughout the film of what the fuck is going on.
Well, for a Sandler movie, you feel like you can predict it, but you can't. Like I watched it this time, I still didn't remember it was going to be the bodyguard.
And then they throw all the twists and turns in there. It's the bodyguard. Then it's Grace and Vikram. And then they bring that comedy into it where it's like you're trying to figure it out, and then he comes early. You're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because they get to the suite. He's talking about how the Colonel has had this vendetta against Quince since he stole his wife when he took the bomb for him. Nobody saw the bomber, but the Colonel took it. Lost his hand, lost his eye. Quince is a guy that's taking everybody's girl. He's married to the wife. They're having a daughter or son. And she passes away. The baby passes away. It's the Colonel. Knock on the door again. They're not in here hiding the wardrobe. Shot. Now the bodyguard's dead. We escape out the window. We start scaling the wall. They think it's the Colonel. He's flossing his teeth. Like, so many just give you the plot and you take it. It's a fish on a hook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, dude, it's the Colonel. And you take it. And you bite it. And you get there and there's no way it's the Colonel. He's flossing his teeth. He's getting ready for bed.
Well, it has to be Vikram. Has to be Grace. And then they're in the next fucking window.
Having sex.
Like, God
or
damn
not
it.
really, but trying, getting ready to get it on.
Oh, yeah.
Him and her got it on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good scene. Good series of events that keeps you guessing. I agree.
It was a good husband and wife moment, too, being stuck under the bed and just laughing about what's going on above you. Like, you just, like...
How do you not?
It's like you've ran every play in the playbook, and sometimes you got to run them twice, and like you're listening to we're on the call sheet, the first 15 here, and Vic doesn't know which play to call. It's like they're labeled 1 through 15, just run play 1, and Vic has no game plan, and they're just down there laughing, like, and Vic can't get it up. Obviously nothing happens there, but they're down there just chuckling. And it's another relatable part to the Aniston Sandler duo where you actually feel like, and maybe I'm just an idiot, like when you watch these movies, like you feel the connection that those two have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And that's what sells it. That's why it's like, all of Adam Sandler's movies are like that. Like we always talk about it, like how a movie is relatable to us. Like Goonies, for example, and it just brings you into the story. It hooks you. I'm not leaving. I'm locked in, and he always does it. It doesn't matter what role he's playing. He always has, and it's a it's a shout out to him. Always using the same people, but always using people that are in like his circle. So they have that relationship. It's not, super one-off encounters.
I want to have a word for it. This thing that I'm thinking of, and it's all Sandler. It's all these different people from our generation. Where when you're watching the movie, like it's just like you watching the movie. Anything else in the background, anything could happen. You could have somebody throw a ball at you and you wouldn't react. Like that's how locked in you get into the movie. This one was for the most part that way, but back to Sandler movies and back to that generation, these movies get you so locked in. And I think it's because of these connections of like Sandler and Aniston, or maybe it was like back in the day with Farley and David Spade, like those type of connections of actors where you're like, wow, this is generational. Like you don't get these every movie.
Well, especially like grown-ups, like those guys literally grew up together through their careers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they just mesh so well.
Right. Well, I think like a lot of times in these movies, like there probably is something funny or small going on in the background, and you don't even see it because, like, to your point, is like that connects. Like you are so bought in. Like comedy movies, you're not always like you're bought into the plot, and like, but you're always looking to see what's going on. Like there's probably something funny and happen in the background. Like in scary movies, you're always looking in the background. Sandler movies, like you are just locked into what he's doing, and it's a weird aura that he brings because, as we've talked about, this is not a typical Adam Sandler movie, and like there could have been fireworks going off in the background, and I wouldn't have noticed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
I don't know what we need to call that. We need a word for that because if we can find that in other movies that aren't Sandler, it'd be cool to like how do you describe that feeling of just being like locked into the movie? I don't know how to explain it.
Well, I also think it like relies on the pod of like, did you notice this? Like, no, I didn't because I was so locked in on what the fuck was going on right in front of me. And I guess that comes down to like how much you enjoyed the movie. Because I guess if you're not locked in, but again, like horror movies, you are looking in the back because you might think there's something coming when there's not. So it's weird, but I do agree with you. There is a word we could come up with for that, but Sandler does it to us every time.
Every time.
Not every even time. In a typical Sandler movie. Going to get beers. They are the most wanted people in this country. You're not going to be able to go out and buy a pitcher of beer.
So fucked.
And be able to just sit down and have a beverage at a bar. And the bartender's telling you, oh, they're saying you guys are the most wanted people for killing 3 people. And you just continue to serve them. That this is just not happening.
Well, it's kind of the same way in the second one too. So I mean, suspend your disbelief for a minute. Yeah. But yeah, if you are on the news broadcast, you are as a tourist, you're getting ratted out immediately. If you were, I'll say native to Monaco, Monacan. I don't know what they call citizens of Monaco, but it's probably close. Then you get a little bit more leeway. Like, all right, like, come on, whatever. I know it's murder, but you kind of get where I'm going with it. Yeah. You're not stepping foot out of whatever room you're in without getting cops on you.
No, exactly. You got to. It's a movie. Suspended this, but it also adds to the comedy part of it. They're sitting at a bar having a beer, and the bartender is like, "Yeah, you guys are the most wanted people here," and he's just completely like fine with it. It's like, hey, I need a tip.
Yeah, money's green, man. Money's green.
Yeah. But the first drama kind of comes in that scene because that's when the Laurent he's not, I'll say this again in English, he is not a detective, he's a police officer.
Cat's out of the bag. You're on vacation. You're wanted for murder, and your wife is going to kill you.
And they
I
have
don't
a
know.
blow up.
Yeah, the fact she stays with him. I mean, that type of lie is definitely on the scale of like marriage ending.
Geese
Because-
Monegaskin is the word you're looking for.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah, I didn't even want to pronounce it.
Formula One fan. Charles
It's kinda
Leclerc
close.
is from Monaco. He is
Kinda
Monegaskin. Yeah. Monegasque. Yeah, go ahead.
Sandler, you're a goddamn hairdresser. And then the fight breaks out, and your boy, Charles Cavendish, scoops Audrey up. Don't follow me. He's right behind her the whole time. Charles scoops her. Like, this is where the movie gets very, like, to the Sandler effect of very serious.
Yeah,
There's no more
definitely
comedy involved.
vibe switch right here.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, I did write this down, but it's like, it's go time, Nick. Like, you just completely torched the relationship with your wife. It came out. You've been doing this for years. She gets picked up by the good-looking dude that you've been worried about since the plane ride. You got nothing left. You're in another country. Like, you got to go. And now he goes. Like, gets the plant phone. We're starting to track him. We're calling our boy back home. Can you tie these phones together? I'm starting to track Susie, and I'm going to find my wife. And I think from that point on, shit is just hitting the fan, and we're learning more and more and more, and we're gathering information.
Well, I think this is where Nick succeeds, is being on the fly, not having a plan, just going with the gut. And he starts succeeding following that blueprint.
Oh, and Audrey does too, because her books, like in the car.
I think she's kind of more of a
constant.
constant character, though, because she has all that information. She can, obviously she doesn't know who the killer is, but character development wise, I think it's more Nick than Audrey.
Oh yeah, yeah, but the Japanese Claritin is like another seed planted of, oh my god, Charles and Susie have been in on this whole thing. They killed them. They set up a couple to frame. We're going to jail. She goes in after him. We're in the library, and then she just gives one clean, cold one right to Nick's fucking face.
Yeah, had it coming though.
That was a
good
good
shot.
punch.
That's a
May have
good
been
shot.
accidental, but that's knocking me on my ass. I'll tell
I
you
mean,
that.
let's compare it to Clark Griswold.
Ooh.
His right hook a couple weeks ago.
She does.
Right
I
on the
think
button.
Aniston's might have been a little bit more vicious, a little bit more malicious.
Is she
intent
crushing the
behind
nose on the moose?
I think so. I
it.
wish
She
we
might be
could do.
knocking the moose's
nothing
head
better.
off.
Wish we could do frame by frame and see if we could score it on one of those punch-o-meter thingies. You see it.
I think Marty the Moose's head's coming clean off with that right hand.
Yeah.
And
That's-
hey, acting or not acting, Sandler could take a hook.
Can.
He's got
And
a
I thought-
punchable face.
And I don't know if he was the one that they're showing kind of walking between the aisles or not, but like I would imagine it was him.
Mhm.
Probably not, but like he just shows up at the wrong place at the wrong time and just gets cold cocked right in the mouth. That was a vicious right hook.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
good
but
one.
that's-
That's a good shot.
Gave it to him.
That's when the plot picks up though, because then the killer's there. Like they're getting
Yeah.
shot at. They're the
It's their
marriage is
first
getting-
confrontation with them.
Yeah.
Where, well, directly, because in the room, he got killed. Toby was the outlier. And then they were with the bodyguard when he got killed. So now they're confronting the person that put them in this position in the first place.
And the rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Let's take down the whole bookshelf. And we're getting the hell out of here.
Mhm.
Gunshots are blazing, and their marriage is, like you said, Geese, like, yeah, I'm out. Like, their marriage is on the rocks.
Yeah.
Now you're getting shot at. But we got to come together right now.
Who's
We're
your day
taking
one,
the
man?
bookshelf.
Who,
Yep,
who, you,
ride or die.
who you taking with you?
Yeah.
And instinct probably comes over at that point where it's just like you have to protect them. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what they did, who they are. especially with that quick turnaround.
Mhm.
It's like, we got to get the fuck out.
And they did. And then Latin, when he comes back to talking about speaking another language and talking to Juan Carlos, Latin, baby. Like, asks him a question, doesn't speak English. We're out of here. That's just another callback to just an argument made prior. Latin's stupid. Why would you take Latin? Speaks Latin to Juan Carlos. They get it. And the scene of the entire time we've been watching this movie, we talk about how bad of a shot Nick is. Finally gets the gun in his hands. Blow dart comes at him, hits Susie in the throat. That whole plot's now gone because she's dead.
Right. And that whole scene, I'm like, oh, it's Susie.
Yeah.
And then she pops out of nowhere. You're like, God damn it.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they fucking iced her ass immediately. And Nick's just can't hit the broadside of a barn.
No, but he can throw a goddamn plate.
What did he call those shots too? Those were warning shots.
Yeah.
Warning shots. Yeah. Those are just warning shots. But the plate throw was a dot. When they're chasing him and Juan Carlos chasing the masked character with the blow dart, tosses a plate of all things and just smokes the killer right in the fucking beak.
Oh yeah. He can throw a plate. Can't shoot a gun.
No.
Which is really his character at the end of the day. Like, he can't do it how it's supposed to be done, but you get the job done.
Yeah.
When shit hits the fan, who's showing up for you? It's going to be Nick Spitz.
Yes, sir.
The Spitzes.
Killer gets away. They're kind of in deep shit at this point because they're on video with Susie with the blow dart running away.
Yeah.
Modern technology. This is 6 years ago, but they're still taking videos, posting on Facebook, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it looks like they killed her too now. So
yeah.
You got 4 deaths on your hand in the 24 hours. Like,
French detective.
Real life, your life is 100% over. You're done.
Yeah.
Well,
even if you're innocent.
Like, as God is my witness, I will find Nick and Audrey Spitz. The other guy, I got Nick and Audrey Spitz on the phone. Meet me at the villa. We got your killers. We got the whole plan. Bang. And they get there.
They had to figure it out.
Second floor, 8th door on the left. Can you imagine having 8 doors on your second floor? Oh, yeah, 8 doors. There might be 15 doors.
That's too many fucking rooms. Like,
yeah.
The house is too big.
I wouldn't want it.
No.
Definitely wouldn't want it.
Well, I remember I've been in a house that, like, not that size, but big enough to have multiple rooms on, a walkway. And you walk in, they're all fucking empty anyway. So what do we need the space for, guys?
That's a good point.
Well, you need it for a dead body because Charles is dead. And now the entire plan that they had is completely blown up in flames because the Susie's dead, Charles is dead. The whole plot of Susie and Charles playing this whole thing. No, they didn't because now they're both dead. Well, what do? You throw on some nice clothes, and Nick wants to wear Charles's outfit that he's laying in a pool of being poisoned dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a gross one. I don't know if I could do it.
And it's just that kind of humor is like, where'd you get the suit, man? Or where'd you get the tux? It just pulled it off the dead guy. Like, that was all that was there. But they had dresses.
It was Charles. It's a little tight in the crotch, but I'm just kidding. He's got me beat. That was something that, like, as much as we talk about this movie being like a Sandler difference, the jokes that you like, this is again, it's a comedy movie, but we're getting in like the back end of the movie is the serious part of it, the drama aspect, the mystery, all coming into fruition, and those little jokes just keep it light. Like, it just keeps it light, know, and like that's the Sandman. And Audrey, I think, even says in that scene when they get in front of the whole crew of who's on the boat who's still alive, and then the Laurent, the detective, gets there, continues to make jokes up there about, oh, fuck, he's got us again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
If you keep making jokes.
Can you stop making jokes?
If you keep making jokes, we're gonna get pegged for this for sure.
That's definitely my conflict style is making jokes. I'm right there with him. I'd probably do the same thing.
Well, especially when you know you're innocent.
Right.
Well,
It's
then
tough to take.
you're
take it
innocent, but you got to shoot from the hip because every lead that you had
Is going
has
back to
died.
you. And going back to you.
Has died and coming back to you. So now, time's up. You're, you're front and center on stage, and you got to fucking deliver.
And they did, and I thought that was one of the cooler scenes of the movie. Is like they start connecting all these dots that we didn't even know. Like you learned about them throughout the entire movie, but they start connecting them, and that could have been a girl. They could have given her away. They didn't have a death certificate. He called back home, and we all get our fingers pointing towards Grace Ballard because that's not your real name. We heard about it on the yacht. She changed her name because Audrey was jealous. That's not even her real name. And it comes full circle again. A lot of callbacks. She changed her name. That's the daughter of Malcolm Quince.
Yep, and the sole heir should be getting everything, after the death.
The French inheritance law that she found out about, from the general. And it's all the clues that you just kind of blew off come back, and that, obviously that's the plot, that's what's supposed to happen, but definitely first time watching, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's a good twist. I mean, for like a movie, you think you could predict the whole thing. You do not see that coming.
And even after this, one more layer to it that you don't understand.
Right, it goes a step further, and it brings all the characters in, kills off the ones that aren't it, and then you're left with the sole survivor, essentially, to wrap up the movie. But, Audrey is the one with all the info. Nick did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Pegged her with the plate. That's the only reason they would find out. But Audrey's the hairstylist. Why wearing a hat if you just got your hair done? Bang.
Bingo.
And even in that moment, having seen the movie, I'm like, God damn, like they thought they had the person again, and they don't. She's just gonna walk away, like take your hat off. Like, oh yeah, that's what happens. Like you got a cut on your head because Nick can't shoot a gun, but he could fucking throw a plate. Nailed this killer right in the face. Hat comes off, scar comes out. Audrey gets taken prisoner, and then Nick with the shot. He's like, I was aiming
for leg, yeah. Classic.
But like I think that
of a barn.
I think the coolest part of this movie is like they throw one more layer at you.
Mm-hmm.
Because this time watching it, I checked the time again. I'm like, God, 20 minutes left. Like they just pegged the killer, and then it clicked again because I'd seen it. But I'm like, how is there this much time left? And I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but they get Grace. She's pegged. She admitted to being the daughter, but I didn't kill anybody. Hat comes off, bang, whatever, they got her. I did not pick up in the moment that when Audrey spoke English to Juan Carlos and he just listened to it. I didn't pick up on that.
Not the first time watching.
Yeah, first time
I didn't this time either. Until she said it, I was like, oh shit.
I was waiting for him getting up and her reacting. I was waiting for it on this run.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I think I might have paused there. Like, wait a second.
I was like, what did she say? Like, I didn't know what she said.
Okay.
Like when they were like,
small.
How did he disrespect?
It was small. I forget what it was though.
But like when she said he just understood my English. How did he just understand my English that well? I was like, oh shit. And I rewinded. I'm like, what did she? I didn't even it was such a small little detail. Like I didn't even remember what she had just said.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize there's another layer to it where Juan Carlos was in on the whole goddamn thing.
The French detective tackle of him down the steps, and the immediate butt of the gun right to the beak would be so demoralizing. Because you're like, I got him right down the steps, and then Boom, right to the face.
Well, I mean, as we all suspected, Vikram is the star of the show. Hey, if Sergi was killed, I was with Grace that whole time. Call back to the beginning of the movie. This is a 2-man job.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's when all the buttons click for she left to turn the lights off. Toby stabbed. They got him involved. Like, all this shit starts clicking. Like, it was... I don't know if on recent memory I can think of a comedy movie that had this much of I don't actually know what's going on
Yeah.
involved in it, like plot twists.
Well, I think that's why it has such a great reception it does.
True.
I mean, I've never heard anyone watch this movie and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? That sucked.
Yeah.
Like, this is definitely in the top tier of Sandler films.
I would agree for its own thing. I
Well, yeah,
honestly
no,
don't
100%.
think I don't think it stacks up to the Iconics, but for this little side quest of not as funny and a little more serious acting, I do think this is a really good movie.
Funny note of the car chase of Juan Carlos, like, I go fast. You know, I speak 12 languages, you idiots. You know,
Yeah.
like, just shits on all of them, gets in the car, takes off. They get to the, was it Ferrari?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got what she just said. And what she said to him was just like, thank you for, it was so brave. Like, thank you for stepping in and stopping her
Yeah.
or whatever. He's like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Nick gets no shout out there. And then they hop in the car and, like, again, brain lapse for myself. They get in, steering wheel's on the other side. Another good little small detail, funny. Like, you got to go.
Yeah.
Like, you
You
have to
can't
drive
switch
around.
either.
No.
You're locked in, and she's got the wheel.
Can't explain to you guys how difficult that car would have been to drive in that scenario. Like,
Really?
I would have been able to start it.
wouldn't.
So
I don't even know if she. I don't know if she would have been able to, but yeah, that would have been tough. They're hard to handle, I'm pretty sure.
Whenever the car starts sounding like your sister, who's loud and obnoxious, and her laugh sucks, like, just shift gears. Subtle shot in the moment. That's an easy one to get out there.
Yeah,
She's not going to notice that your sister sucks, but, like, hey, in the moment when you
it's gonna sound
think
like
you hear
that.
your sister, click the gear. And
Yep.
we're going.
It was a good
Great
shape.
car
Good
scene.
chase.
Great song. Great song. AC/DC. Was it Shoot to Thrill?
Shoot to Thrill, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Great song.
Great song. I thought the music throughout this movie was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Murder mystery type. Like, I know the movie's called Murder Mystery, but, like, it has that vibe to it. Electric song to wrap up the film.
agreed.
Well, Adam just knows how to end his movies with a bang, because the one thing that movie was missing was the heart pumping chase scene or
Action.
event action within it to make you be like, oh fuck, here we go. And it comes at the very end, leaves on a high point, and you get your conclusion right. But if this movie was just to end at Grace being found out and being killed, all right. But then they elevate it.
Yeah. No, I agree. And something small that's just probably a personal thing of mine, but, like, the pit maneuver for me is, like, for whatever reason, we play racing games against each other on Xbox. Like, in my brain, when I'm behind a car, like, I just want to pit it. It's just it's a cool name. And you add the maneuver. Like, how many things do you do in your life where you're like, this is a blank maneuver? Like, the pit maneuver is the most iconic maneuver you can execute.
This is true.
She didn't execute it at all.
No.
But the pit maneuver is just is an iconic term for, I think, any maneuvers out there.
Well, just the damage it does just from a little hunk, and they're fucking off the road. They're flipping, just completely ruin their day, especially on turn 1.
Yeah.
And we just get up in there. We get underneath it. We hit him in the bumper, just rams him in the back. Like, no, that is not a pit maneuver. We gotta peel him off a little bit. We get under the car. We wreck the car. Nick's about to get shot because Juan Carlos is coming out, and the callback of all callbacks is the fucking bus. The bus just went. And the dad from the beginning gets out and is just still, I'm going to take a photo. Dad, I want to see the dead bodies. Shut up and sit down. I'm going to take a photo. And just is like shooting at the sea. Like, doesn't give a shit about the fact that it's ran over a human being.
That dad
the
was
bus.
over it.
Oh, my God. And how many days, I don't know, but like how many days have passed? Like that bus would be reeking of shit.
Oh.
Kids bitching. We talked about in the Oscars giving an award to a 2-year-old. Like these kids are old enough where they're not doing that.
No.
Mind of their own, bitching.
Yep.
I'm taking a photo.
That's
And
a
the bus comes full
classic
circle.
Adam Sandler comedy little line too. Good energy.
What an anniversary!
Yeah.
Oh, all time.
If that's not going to rejuvenate a marriage, I don't know what would.
Yeah. That's a good
Where
point.
you're getting massive props too on your way home. Like you're basically famous. Like in today's world, if that were to happen, you're getting book deals, you're getting on podcasts, your social media is blowing up.
You're doing a movie called Murder Mystery.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
you're going to be
yeah.
doing a documentary about it. Your life would be completely changed. Having like, let's say this weekend go by.
Yeah. Might end up being a true detective, you know?
The shout out from Laurent of giving him like I'm going to make some calls to somebody's in New York, gets you like he's getting promoted. But the last callback that we got was all this time, the entire movie was bitching about the Europe trip. You go on it, you're involved in a multi-homicide case. You're the main suspect. You solve it. You're bitching to Nick the whole time. The very end, what did you get me for anniversary? I got you nothing. I thought that was so funny, dude. It's like the entire movie is based on this argument of an anniversary. They get on this trip. It's the craziest trip of all time. And she didn't get him jack shit.
Nope.
Yeah. Thinking she wasn't getting anything back, and she had plenty of opportunity to get him something. During the trip.
Oh my God, every opportunity.
Yeah, he gets his marriage back. How about that, asshole? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True
I'm
enough.
taking an Amazon gift card.
Yeah, good movie. Good movie.
Yeah, I good movie. There was 10 minutes of credits. I fast forwarded to think there was post credits because I know there's a second one. So I was thinking like, did I miss something the first time in a post credit? Like
wrong genre.
Telltale? No, that's it. Good movie. I mean, this is not classic Sandler. It's got classic Sandler in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you haven't seen it, it's a must watch because you can't go wrong with Sandler and Aniston. You just can't.
Yeah.
For all ages, all groups, like I think it hit a lot of notes. It's definitely not too deep. So to get like super critical about it, where's the payoff in doing something like that for this type of movie? But I don't want to say timeless, but Lexi and I watched this one and the second one all the time. I actually like the second one better, but I mean, I think this stands up well today.
Yeah.
It's rare to like the second one of a movie like this more than the first two. And I agree with you. Like, I like this movie. I thought the second one was great. And when you do a one-off movie like this, where it's not your typical Adam Sandler movie, and then you make a second one that's just as good, if not better, it's like the guy can't miss. He literally just cannot miss.
It's like Jack and Jill, everyone shit on him, and then he's like, fuck you guys, watch this. And he's been top of the board ever since.
He just doesn't miss. It's just a fact.
No, he just can't.
I think my takeaway, since I haven't seen the second one, is it's smart to go into these Sandler movies without any expectations.
because watching the first one, I definitely didn't have any, and then watching it the second time, I already knew it was going to happen, so I just enjoyed it. So I probably will go into Murder Mystery 2 and just not try to guess who it is, not try to do this, and just let the story play out. I think
it's so fun to try and guess it though.
That's just the way I like to do it. I agree with you.
I'm
that
definitely
it is fun,
Audrey watching these films, like, like pay attention to the background, try to figure it out. And then at some point you do get caught up in it and you stop doing that, and then they switch it up on you.
Yeah. I don't know. I got my own way of watching them, but any way you watch it, it's good.
No, fuck you, Trav. You got to watch it my way.
No.
Great movie, and a great kind of spinoff. Like episode 1 of the Sandman series is a well-renowned. The Rizzies that you talked about that I still don't get, the worst movies awards, winning them all, rolling into another non-classical Sandler movie. Not to say Jack and Jill wasn't, but to start off with Jack and Jill, to roll into Murder Mystery. The guy is like, all of the movies that you think of Adam Sandler, you think of the same movie. And that is just not what you're going to get when you sign up for one.
Yep.
You get the effects, but it's not the same movie, and you're going to enjoy them all a little bit differently. So I have no idea what the third movie is going to bring, but I'm actually, like, without hitting the all-time classics, very happy the way that it's played out so far.
I agree. And I'm gonna try to find one on the wheel that'll have the same effect, because I'm enjoying, you know, spinning this genre that way.
Well, it's like speaking it into existence, you know.
Yes.
Yep.
Like trying to find a way to get it to a new one. And by the time you guys hear this, I think it'll be July 26th, if I'm not mistaken. I will have to check the old calendar. But July 26th is when this one was going to come out. Appreciate you guys listening. We're going to have another movie selected here in a few seconds. But
24.
July 25th will be, I'm looking at December 2025. Guys, we are in the month of July.
Yes, we are.
Not December. July 25th is when this podcast comes out. July 25th is also the same time Happy Gilmore 2 comes out. The whole reason why we're doing this. Excited to hopefully, like Trav said, roll into another movie where we're not going to hit those classics. Be able to give you a preview of Happy Gilmore 2. Not on, obviously, this episode, but the one you'll hear the following week. Sandler's the GOAT, dude. You can't get away from it. But moving into movie number 3 of the Sandman series, Critter. Would love to see the wheel. Would love for the boys to make predictions. I think the last 2 weeks we've been wrong. Unless, I think, did somebody guess Jack and Jill? Geese, did you get Jack and Jill?
Nope.
No. So we're 0 for 2 on the Sandman series.
I fucking ran the board on the last category.
Excited for the next one. I'm going to roll with Trav here on the I want a movie that is not your classical Sandler. Let's see the wheel.
Yeah, I'm digging the either I've only seen it once or haven't seen it and it has bad reviews.
Movie reviews are better when you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When none of us have seen it, it's always been a fun talk too.
For sure. Back to the drive going through Mohawk, New York. I always think of the movie now.
That movie's gonna stick with us for a long time, dude.
I always look up in the hills and like the mountains in the area. You're so screwed if you're that guy at the end. You ain't making it out.
You can't get out of there. And dark spirits are involved. Another Sandler series wheel spin. Trav, since you talked about what you wanted to pick, I'd like to start with you.
Give me old Sandy Wexler.
Sandy Wexler. I might be the only person on this pod that's watched that movie.
I haven't. I don't think I have.
Probably not. I watched it in college because it was for the exact reason that you want to watch it is why I watched it, because it was Sandler, and there's not many Sandler movies there that come across my palate without giving it a little taste. I will go second. I am going to go with You Don't Mess with the Zodiac, because I honestly don't think I've ever sat down and watched it.
Zohan, you mean?
It's
The
Zohan.
Zohan. Yeah, that's what I just said. So
You
guys
shouldn't-
open your
Hey,
ears.
I wouldn't mess with the Zodiac Killer either. So that's a
No.
great point.
No, but
That's all you were telling
I
us.
wouldn't mess with
Great
the
point you're bringing
Zohan.
up.
It's Zohan, guys, not Zodiac.
Yeah.
I don't mess with the Zohan, or you don't mess with the Zohan. I also don't mess with them, but I would like to watch that next. Geese, what do you got?
We had Jack and Jill. We had Murder Mystery. I'm sending it to the back. Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
Wedding Singer. I would love to watch that. It's a great movie. Critter, round us out here before we spin the wheel. What do you got for us?
All right, well, I'm not going to guess because we're going to watch Happy Gilmore because it's coming out this upcoming week. So that is your winner, boys.
The producer has spoken. Happy Gilmore wins the cake on the wheel spin.
Sorry, I don't have the fireworks.
Who would have thought we landed on Happy Gilmore after that great wheel spin for you guys listening? You're not watching. We spun the wheel and it just happened to land on Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore OG podcast with a Happy Gilmore 2 preview coming at you next time you listen to us talking on the podcast of the Sandman series, to give you the whole Happy Gilmore experience. Won't ruin the movie for you, but you got a whole week to watch it before you listen to this podcast. Watch Happy Gilmore 2. That literally is the reason why the Sandman series came up when it did. Is because how can you not pay homage to a guy that's done so much for us? And
if you haven't seen Happy Gilmore 1, get on it. And then get on 2 right after. I'm sure it'll be a great experience to see the difference in years.
And to follow up on that, if you haven't seen Happy Gilmore 1, don't watch Happy Gilmore 2.
Correct.
Unless you're a sick individual. Do not watch
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore, one of the most iconic Adam Sandler movies of all time. We've watched one that was one of the worst rated. We've watched one that's one of the most unique Adam Sandler movies that's come out. Now we're watching one that is going to be, or is, one of the most iconic Adam Sandler movies that's ever come out in honor of Happy Gilmore 2. Another good episode. I could watch Adam Sandler until we run out of movies to watch, guys. I don't know about you, but these movies are great. You can't go wrong with Adam Sandler. You can't go wrong with Jennifer Aniston. You can't go wrong with his whole crew. And we didn't get that in this movie, and we still enjoyed it. So, guys, if you're not an Adam Sandler fan, watch this movie. You're not going to get the same effect that you get on other Adam Sandler movies. Happy Gilmore coming up next, guys. I'm excited to finally bring you a Scream Unseen. We've watched a lot of Scream Unseens. I can't wait to have a buddy to chop it up with Geese. Scream Unseen coming at you next week. First horror film that we're going to watch that has yet to come out. But get back into theaters. We keep giving you previews. We've given you plenty of ammo for your gun here. I am fumbling on my words as I speak, but guys, get in the theaters. It's an experience you can't forget. We're going to talk about the F1 movie. I gave an Oscar award to the soundtrack for a reason that had nothing to do with the movie, but it's going to get you by through a tough moment. You're running, right? 5K. It's a tough moment for me. Might not be a tough moment for you, but that's what got me through. The F1 movie's got everything about it. You have to watch it in theaters. Jurassic World, How to Train Your Dragon live action. Oh, hi, Scream Unseen, Screen Unseen, coming out soon too. Guys, we are promoting the theaters for a reason. We love watching movies at home. We love talking about them with you guys and getting interactions and feedback, comments, like, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Get a Prime subscription. Amazon Music's got that for free. We love you. We can't wait to do next week's episode. And when you guys go watch Scream Unseen on Monday, if you're an AMC A-List member, or you're going to go see Jurassic World or any of the movies we talked about, watch F1 before it comes out on digital. Or you're going to watch Murder Mystery on Netflix. Find it on Netflix, Murder Mystery 1, Murder Mystery 2. And you sit down, you watch that movie, you're popping your popcorn on the stovetop, you're getting the cashier's bucket, and you're asking them how much it costs. None of that matters. None of that matters.
Galactus.
Whatever you paid for it in the store, whatever you pay for it in theaters, all that matters is you get over to the button or you get in your refrigerator and you melt it down. Don't forget your extra butter. We'll see you next week.
Extra, extra butter on the corn for me. Extra, extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. but it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.